Welcome to Noor Kids TV. I'm so glad you're here today because we have a super exciting topic to explore. Can you guess what it is? That's right. Today, we're learning all about fossils. Fossils are like time capsules from the past. They help us learn about dinosaurs, ancient animals, plants, and even how the Earth has changed over millions of years. We'll find out what fossils are, how fossils are formed, the different types of fossils and who studies them. So get ready to dig deep into the past with us, because today's adventure is going to be fossil-tastic. Now let's dig into today's big question. What are fossils? Well, fossils are the preserved remains or traces of ancient plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. They can be bones, teeth, footprints, and even fossilized poop. Yep, that's a real thing, and it's called coprolite. Fossils have been found all over the world, from deserts to mountains to deep underground. They give us an amazing look into the past, helping scientists understand what life was like long ago, what creatures looked like, how they lived, and how the Earth has changed over time. Did you know that fossils come in many shapes and forms? They're not just old bones. They can be all kinds of things from ancient times. Here are some cool things that can become fossils. Bones or teeth, like the skeletons of dinosaurs. These help scientists understand how big and strong some creatures were. Shells, from sea creatures like clams or snails. Their hard shells fossilize really well. Imprints, like footprints, leaf prints, or even the pattern of an animal's skin. It's like nature's stamp book. Preserved organisms. Sometimes a whole bug or tiny animal gets stuck in amber, which is hardened tree sap, or frozen in ice and stays perfectly preserved. Traces. These are things left behind by animals like burrows, holes they dug, or even fossilized poop, called coprolites. Yep, even poop can become a fossil. We're going to learn how fossils are formed. Have you ever seen a dinosaur bone or a leaf stuck in a rock? That's a fossil. But how did it get there? Let's find out step by step. Not everything will become a fossil. If something is buried right after it dies, it might leave behind bones or shells. Sediment and minerals form over the remains and harden. This preserves the remains and forms a new fossil. Fossils tell us important stories about the past. Fossils can help scientists figure out what ancient animals and plants look like, how they lived, what they ate, and even why they disappeared. That's right, fossils can give us clues about why a species went extinct or died out long ago. Maybe it was because the climate changed, or their food ran out, or even a huge asteroid hit the Earth. Today, some animals are going extinct because of pollution and habitat loss, when their homes get destroyed. Fossils help us understand the past so we can take better care of the planet today. Did you know fossils come in different types? Let's take a look at the 5 main types of fossils, each one showing something special about life from the past. 1. Body fossils. 2. Molecular fossils. 3. Trace fossils. 4. Carbon fossils. 5. Pseudofossils. Let's take a look at the top 5 main types of fossils one by one body fossils. These are the most well-known fossils. They are the actual parts of an organism, like bones, teeth, shells, or even leaves. Example, a dinosaur bone or a seashell fossil. 2 molecular fossils. These are tiny chemical clues left behind by ancient life. They are made of organic molecules from living things, like fats or pigments, that have lasted over millions of years. Scientists study them to understand what ancient organisms were made of. 3 trace fossils. These aren't parts of the animal itself, but signs of its activity, like footprints, burrows, or even poop, called coprolites. They tell us how an animal moved or lived. 4 carbon fossils. Sometimes only a thin layer of carbon is left behind from an organism. This creates a dark outline or shadow of the plant or animal in rock. It usually happens with soft plants or animals like leaves or fish. 5 pseudofossils. These are not real fossils, but they look like fossils. They are made by natural processes like mineral patterns in rocks that can trick the eye. Scientists must study them carefully to tell if they're real. So now you know, fossils come in many types, and each one gives us clues about life long ago. Fossils are like time machines, giving us clues about life from millions of years ago. Let's take a look at the top 5 most famous fossils ever discovered. 1. Lucy, Australopithecus afarensis. 2. Archaeopteryx, transitional fossil between dinosaurs and birds. 3. Trilobites, ancient arthropods. 4. Ammonites, coiled cephalopod shells. 5. Dinosaur fossils, e.g. T-Rex, Velociraptor. Now take a look at the top 5 most famous fossils one by one. 1. Lucy, Australopithecus afarensis. Say hello to Lucy, one of the most famous human-like fossils ever found. She lived about 3.2 million years ago and helped scientists understand how early humans walked upright. Discovered in Africa, Lucy was only about 3.5 feet tall. 2. Archaeopteryx. This amazing fossil shows a creature that was part dinosaur and part bird. With feathers and wings like a bird but teeth and claws like a dinosaur, Archaeopteryx proves that birds came from dinosaurs. 3. Trilobites. These little guys lived in the ocean over 500 million years ago. Trilobites were one of the earliest arthropods, and their fossils are found all over the world. They look like little sea bugs with hard shells. 4. Ammonites. Ammonites were spiral-shelled sea creatures that lived with the dinosaurs. Their beautiful swirly shells fossilized really well, and they help scientists date other rocks and fossils. Some even look like shiny gemstones. 5. Dinosaur fossils. We couldn't leave out the dinosaurs, right? Famous fossils like Tyrannosaurus rex, Velociraptor, and Triceratops have shown us what these giant creatures look like and how they lived. T-Rex, with its huge teeth, is still one of the most popular fossils ever. And there you have it, the top 5 famous fossils. Each one tells a special story about life long ago. Who studies fossils? Fossils don't study themselves. So who does the job? Meet the special scientists called paleontologists. Paleontologists are scientists who study the remains of ancient plants and animals. They use special tools like brushes, small picks, and even tiny drills to carefully uncover fossils from the ground, so nothing gets broken or damaged. Once the fossil is found, paleontologists study it closely to learn how old it is, what kind of plant or animal it was, where and how it lived. Thanks to paleontologists, we now know about dinosaurs, ancient forests, extinct sea creatures, and so much more. So next time you see a fossil, remember, someone had to dig it up, study it, and unlock its secrets from millions of years ago. And that's the end of our awesome fossil adventure. We learned what fossils are, how they're formed, the different types, and even what they can tell us about the past. Thanks so much for joining us today on Noor Kids TV. We're so happy you came along to learn and explore with us. If you had fun, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us your favorite fossil fact. See you next time for more fun learning, right here on Noor Kids TV. Bye for now, little explorers.